Well, on behalf of our cast of thousands, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome as we present the 2020 Softball Showcase presented by Athletics Mercado. Hi, hello, how's it going? My name is John Tyler. It is great to have you with us for this one. We have a great game coming up in Game 3 of the coverage we're providing for you, presented by PPV Livestream from Beverly Boy Productions. It's the Corona Angels taking on Athletics Mercado, and we are set to get this one underway. The first pitch is outside for a ball. With me, who you saw on screen, is Mac Barbara, who currently is enrolled at Ole Miss, plays catcher and first base, and will be a sophomore coming in to this 2021 school year. Action just underway. Happy to have you with us along for the ride. This one is foul to Bote. Oh, and 2 to count. Hilaire Bote slaps it, grounds for the out. Our grounds crew did a wonderful job remanicuring this field. Divots left and right, especially in the circle and at the plate. So that gives way for Sinicki. Mac, you played at this level just a few years ago, and so you know the ins and outs. What are keys that you see to this for this third game today?
I definitely see that there is a lot more competition going on, and there's a lot more competitiveness with these level of girls out here, and there's a lot of younger girls that can compete at this level, and it's very impressive to see. It's the same as when I was playing. You know, I was 14 playing on an 18U team, switching off between 14s and 18s on weekends. And so, you know, it's really good to see that the younger girls are stepping up and trying to compete with the big girls, you know.
What were you most impressed with being a freshman? That's one of the things I get impressed with is when you look at the histories of these teams and their rosters and their information, is that there are freshmen excelling at a spectacular level. So what was that like in your position?
For me, I think the younger girls that are competing right now, they're just doing a phenomenal job being competitive and motivated, that they want to get that scholarship and they want to be able to play. And I think that's a good mindset to have.
Left field and deep, this one goes foul. Carry on.
So for me, though, it was just basically just getting my work in every day, you know, working out, training, and I was lucky to have a dad that pushed me that way. So, and it's kind of a good way to stick with something and be motivated to have a goal in life. So it's having little goals at a time. So that's what I like to see. That's what I'm very impressed with the younger girls, because they look up to us, and so we have to be a good role model and basically share our story and how we got here so that they can do the same thing.
The next offering is driven deep to right. Caught for the out. That's Sinicki getting retired, and it'll pave the way for Caitlin Humphreys. As a freshman, were you in a very heavily laden junior and senior squad? Did you feel overwhelmed?
No, not at all, actually, just because with those juniors and seniors, they actually taught you a lot and taught you how to compose yourself in situations that are very high and intense. Even if you're playing a fall ball game, some situations can get very, emotional, and it was a good thing that we had them to help us learn and help us control our emotions on the field. So I wasn't very overwhelmed, and plus I was kind of used to the competitiveness with older girls, just because I've been in that situation before, and now that I was an older girl on a team, and now I'm a younger one, it kind of just carries in the same thing and trying to keep my emotions the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's key. Humphreys is up. She is committed to Cal State Fullerton. Every second that goes by, our headphone audio is getting really hot, guys. That one clips the umpire. Yeah, I did turn it down, but it kept going up still. Umpire needs a moment.
Look tough, Blue. You're on camera.
Might have caught that. Look tough, Blue. You're on camera. A 1-2 count to Humphreys, destined for Cal State Fullerton. 1-2. Patience at the plate to ground it. This one is recorded for the out to retire the side. Nothing across, no one left on. So at the end of half an inning, Corona nothing and Athletics Mercado coming up.
How do you see yourself getting in the starting nine? How do you see yourself getting into the hard
What
nine?
do you need to work on in high school?
My power slaps and
Just-
being consistent.
Yeah, being consistent offensively
Yeah.
because that time of year when it matters, it's going to come down to what? Who's hitting?
Hitting.
Who's hitting? Who's
Just your
hitting?
speed, dude.
Okay.
Bottom of the first, no score. Welcome back as we present our 2020 softball showcase here. Jasmine Perez Chica is playing her final game with Athletics Mercado before she trots off to play for the Arizona Wildcats. Final game of the day for Athletics Mercado. We have one more matchup coming up. The first pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. Perez Chica, fun fact about her and her family, her dad, Tony, is the third base coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Count is 0-1 to Perez Chica. The 0-1 is foul and hits the foliage up above us. Morgan Smith is on the hill. Foul ball. No one on, just starting top of the order for Athletics Mercado here in the bottom half of the first, as we round out day 2 of our programming here from PPV live stream. 0-2. Early on, what do you want to do, Mac, in this case of Athletics Mercado? What's their goal here?
To me, honestly, the goal is as a leadoff batter is to get on base, and that's your job, kind of, is to be the person that starts it off and carry that stick on to the other players, you know, and start getting that hitting rally in.
Mm-hmm.
So being a leadoff is kind of an important role to get on base and, you know, lead off the team. So, and then that'll trickle down to everybody else that's in the lineup and other people that are on the bench knowing that, hey, she got a hit, we can get a hit too. So
0-2. Ooh, eases off. That's a ball. 1-2. Tried to have her commit to the change-up rise ball. Have you had you've had 1 year experience at Ole Miss? Have you had the opportunity to speak to clubs like these who want to have the opportunity to advance and grow?
no, I actually haven't spoken to anybody, but my friends do always ask me about my first year in college and how it went and how my experience went, and like I basically keep them up day to day about like what I'm doing, and they kind of know, since you know they see on my social media like, oh, I'm going to class at 8 a.m. or I have workout at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and then it's like
It's an all-day thing.
it is an all day thing for sure.
Yeah, because once in a while you see the schedule that a student athlete has, and it's a full commitment. School, stretching, practice.
Yeah, I mean, I start my day at 5:15 in the morning, and I don't go home until 9:30, just because I got weights, then I got class, and then I have practice, and then I have to go back to study hall and like back to all the tutoring, and it's fun and all, but like it gets very tiring.
It becomes a grind, right?
Yeah, you just got to learn how to pace yourself and not get so overwhelmed when it comes to that.
Smith's pitch. This one goes foul, 1-1. Golf to left. This one is deep. This one drops for a base hit. The throw in. It's off the hill, and it's a double. A double for Presley Pilone, and that gives way for Gibson. Big hit there. In fact, that's one of the nuances here at this ball field is you have a bit of a hill that not only starts behind the third base bag, but there's also a hill that continues up near the left field foul pole.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a struggle for those outfielders today and this past weekend. So
1-0. 1-0 to Gibson. McKenna Gibson, a commit to Tennessee. He'll be entering as a senior in high school this year. This one is lifted high. Put down for the out. It's 2 out in the inning. Sarah Kinch is up. She will be playing at Minnesota. And it's a good thing. We talked about it just earlier about Minnesota as we were talking about temperatures. And I had mentioned we're near the Saboba Reservation. They have a wonderfully taken care of football field. And in 07, worked the semi-pro national championship doing the PA of that one where it was in the high 30s with wind. And we played through it. 0-1. Swung on and missed. So talked about the temperature, and you know we're here, we're baking. And you hear 35 degrees, so it gives some people the shakes. But a fun fact that you were mentioning, Mac, earlier is that at Minnesota, if you're using a particular kind of bat, you can't play at a certain temperature, as that ends the inning. We're going to touch on that when we get to the top of the second with no score so far.
I started when I was 7, and I did rec. First, like everyone else, I didn't do t-ball, but I started sparking an interest with softball when I was around 5. My dad and I would go in our bonus room and like hit little wiffle balls with different colors and be like, here's the broccoli, and I'd like hit it super hard, and so that's how I started really getting into the sport.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning, no score in the ball game. Corona is up to bat here, and we are underway with our third game of the afternoon. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Outside for a ball. So what can't they do at Minnesota as far as softball is concerned?
Well, in Mississippi, in our case, since it does get very cold in the wintertime, we aren't allowed to play in under 40-degree weather. And, I mean, we have our space heaters up in our dugout, and but you know, those bats, we can't let them break. Otherwise, it's going to be very bad for all of us. But they have us play in 40 or above just because not only it's bad for our arms and our body in general.
Hey,
but
stiffen
like,
up, yeah.
Yeah, you stiffen up real quick, actually. But during practice, sometimes we'll go in the indoor if it's too cold, just for sake of our bodies, and, you know, we don't want to risk any injuries.
Well, baseball seems to forsake the well-being of players. I bring that up because there was a game in April of last year. Remember, April, spring, just out of winter almost. First pitch the game in Denver was 23.
Oh,
They
yeah.
played. It was Colorado and Atlanta. It was
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
I found the screenshot of it. They showed the temperature on the video board. You're going, no, that's not true.
I mean, if it's in Colorado, then you have a pretty good chance in April it's going to be 23-degree weather. I mean, it was...
And 65 the next.
Yeah, I mean, even in May when I was coming home from school, like, you know, it was still in the mid-30s, mid-40s, and I was like, oh,
Can't do this.
Can't do it. Snow is not my thing.
And another thing, on ball 4, it puts a runner aboard for the Angels in Sanders. Sarah Willis is up. Another thing you touched about the bats. Wood bats, not so expensive. Aluminum bats, I went into a sporting goods store and probably dropped my jaw straight into the mantle of this earth. Those go at the 200 to 300 range.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much a bat costs for softball, let alone not just aluminum, but composite as well. So you want to get the best of the best, like, brand you can get, which honestly I think any bat will do, just as long as you feel comfortable in it.
Right.
So.
To right and foul. And you notice one of the things, big things that's happened in the past 20 years, and really I'd like to point at the 2000 College World Series Championship game. It was USC and Arizona State as we await a 1-1 pitch. Oh, back to the box. Recorded out at first. Big time reaction. And a great job to avoid further damage. They're going to check her out. It did go off the hand, so we'll just check on the wrist and everything else. But then you can really hear, the ping of the bat in college baseball. And because of that, the reaction time was very minimal, because the reaction time off an aluminum bat at the time, it was quicker than ever before. And as a result of that, the final score of that game was 21-14. Reminder, that was a baseball game. And what you see now in the past couple years, especially the last 20, is how they've not only deadened the sound of the ping of the bat, but they've deadened it to the point where you don't have hot shots to the box where the pitcher absolutely has no time to react. So a lot of credit to the bat manufacturers in that aspect.
Yeah, and especially with those two teams, they've definitely kept their programs up to date. The best players, Arizona State with the first-round draft pick, that's pretty impressive, and along with other guys that have gotten drafted in later rounds, and same for USC, props to them for having great coaching staffs throughout the years. Even if it's not the same coaching staff, still bringing some great guys and some great recruits.
Kent goes to 1-2. Corby Otis is up, destined to go to a Cardinal team from Louisville. And will be an incoming senior this coming year. Sounds like Stevie Hansen, who we just had in the booth earlier, calling out the numbers for Athletics Mercado. That one goes foul. Count remains. Two pitch swung on and missed. And Otis is retired.
Yeah, one thing about Allison Royalty is that she's got this killer rise ball that she can place middle, high, low, you name it, she can place it there, and she'll get it there, and she'll get you out with it too, and it's kind of nasty. Yeah, I've been catching her all week, and it's just been tough because she doesn't tell me where the ball is going to go, and it kind of just goes there.
And pray for the best. The throw to second, not in time. So with this backhand knowledge, what's her filthiest pitch? What really buckles a batter?
Well, she only has 3 pitches. And you look at everybody else, and they all got like 9 pitches.
Yeah.
You know, and she's got 3, and 3 of them are probably her best. But personally, I think it's her off-speed drop. You don't see that from other people, and I think her off-speed drop is consistent, but her changeup is just as consistent as her drop ball. And then, you know, and she's got her rise ball that honestly, like, she can just place anywhere, and it's a great chase pitch too, where she can place it on the plate. And you know, there's really not just one pitch, and she has very few. So I think all of them are her best pitches, in my opinion.
Really depends on placement too. As the out is recorded, the side is retired. Royalty gets out of it, and at the end of an inning and a half, we remain scoreless.
I like to hang out with my friends a lot and like go to the beach since it's not that far from here, and just like relax, because being like playing softball and everything is very stressful and like hard. So like just getting to relax and just like lay by the pool or go to the beach or just do stuff like that, just kick back is what I usually do.
Mac Barbara is here with me, going to Ole Miss, completed her freshman year, and as you mentioned earlier, this is great to have firsthand knowledge of a scouting report, if you will, about Royalty, who got out of a jam just earlier, and it's pretty important, I think, for players like you that have already pitched in travel ball to basically give back and help others out that want to advance and grow.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of basically what I wanted to do. I never thought I could see myself coaching at all, but just being out here makes me miss the field since, you know, our season got cut short.
Right.
But being out here, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like my happy place, you know, and it's the only thing that I really know how to do. So, but other than that, no, just helping out my friends who are still playing, it just makes everything, like, better knowing that I can help someone else, like, prepare for their future, and, you know, and give them some tips and advice for the things that I've learned, my mistakes, you know, tell them my mistakes in college, and don't do this, don't do that, make sure you know, like, there's a lot of, like, rule of thumb that you got to learn before you get into college so you don't make those mistakes. And even if you make mistakes, it's fine. You got to learn from them. That's kind of basically what I did, is I basically taught them what I learned.
Maddie Simon popped out for the first out of the inning. It makes way for Emily Cazares, the right fielder, and the count 1-0. Well, it becomes your life. You play travel ball. There's a ton of practice involved, off-season conditioning, all of the rest. And so I was talking earlier with Raylan Gutierrez is still here. She was a member of the Athletics Mercado Club last year. And I mentioned that to win a championship, there was one team that had to play 7 games in a day just to get that championship. And so the commitment is there. You're either all in or all out almost.
Yeah, and to play 7 games in a day is ridiculous. Like,
I'd die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I haven't done it, but I mean, the most I think I've played in a game or in a day is 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
You know, coming back in Colorado, you know, that Sparkler IDT tournament. Yeah, everyone wants to win. Everybody wants to be the best. And, you know, it just so happens, like, you win some, you lose some. But this time, I think we were more motivated to win those 6 games.
Stars going to Arizona State, strikes out Frozen Pizza. And that means it's 2 down. And the batter now is Madison Waymeyer, the designated player. I posed, I guess, what turned out to be a pretty good question to the other two who were my analysts here today, but it's tough to pick one, I guess. What was your best moment so far playing softball?
God, there's
See,
there's
that's what it is, yeah.
There's a lot of moments. I mean, I've been playing travel ball since I was 8. You know, started off in Northern California where I lived for 10 years, you know, and actually got cut from my first travel ball team. So, to say the least. But other than that, I think I don't really have a moment. I mean, winning Colorado, I mean, I've done that twice with my team. And, you know, just, I guess being with them is just better. It's just the best memory.
Waymeyer grounds out to third. We remain scoreless as we have played 2 innings. take a look one more time at the play. Textbook throw, textbook catch. Textbook catch. What am I, an announcer? We'll be back.
When I started softball, I sucked. Absolutely sucked. I was a catcher. And the first day I got blown back to the backstop because I didn't understand. And they go, you're too small to be a catcher. Okay? You're not good enough to be a right-handed hitter. Okay? I got walked one at bat, and I did a leadoff. And they called dead ball, you're out. And I looked around like I'm so confused.
Great to have you with us. John Tyler, Mac Barbara with you. As we hit action in the top of the third inning. First one in for a strike. Oh, you saved yours. Oh, I'll have mine afterward. If you could infuse it, that'd be really boffo. 1-1. Logo of these Corona Angels, much the same of the mid-90s California Angels. Swung on and missed on a full cut. Everyone is in sun now as the shade has gone away. Swung on for a foul. Now, this is the first action in many, many months as we've touchdown for all of these players. Seasons cut short due to all the wild craziness that's been happening. So the opportunity here to produce and show what they have for scouts across the country watching our webcast. It is very fortunate for them to have this chance. 2-2. Foul back, right back at us. And it takes a full effort to get this going. This is a wonderful brainchild by Athletics Mercado, who's hosting this. To get a production company like Beverly Boy involved. And their fine technical work here. 2-2. It's fisted. This one is high and caught. Making the play is Tovin. Handcuffs her for a strike. Savannah Pola is up, going to UCLA in a year's time. This one is up, out of play. That was close to the Athletics Mercado contingent. Foul back. Count remains 0-2. Savannah pull up and the 0-2 offering. Gone fishing.
See, that's that dirty off-speed drop ball in the outer half, you know. What can I tell you? That thing just drops and way out of the zone.
It's one thing to look out for because, you know, at this point, you're in the hole 0-2. You're desperate to go for anything almost.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're just dealt with absolute filth like that and you're handcuffed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once you've gotten, like, so many fast pitches and the next thing you know, you get an off-speed pitch and you see it and you get antsy, you know, you want to swing at it. But sometimes you got to learn how to compose yourself with those.
Angelina Allen is up. This one is drifting. Had to play near our cameraman. All right. The 1-2, driven. That hit the chalk. Foul ball. Perfect view from our borderline center field camera. We say borderline, there's a massive oak tree to our right, directly behind home plate. So we had to move our camera to the right. One, two. Whew. A light moment there. 2-2. Since you've caught her, what do you expect?
You know, it's kind of different every time. She feels like throwing her rise ball. She'll throw a rise ball, and she'll place it at different levels. So, I mean, you got to expect the rise ball.
I just want to win.
These girls having such a huge commitment.
Pushes us to be a better version of ourselves.
Not only to their team, but the region that they represent. They travel all over the country and they play so many games throughout the year. This is competition at the highest level. The more you push yourself on a daily basis to repeat good habits day after day after day, you're really going to learn the value of the hard work and the discipline over the course of the time when no one else is watching.
Like, it's basically like the toughest of the toughest, and if you're not tough, like, you probably won't be playing at a high level.
1, 2, 3, explosion!
Is probably right there with football as the greatest team sport you can play.
A level of commitment and discipline and determination to, transcend the things that are happening in our lives to focus on, what this is.
It's one of the most stressful things.
Stuff's gonna happen, especially when you're so young.
Their work has just begun. We're not going to keep up our end and we're going to let you go.
Don't be afraid to be the square that doesn't fit in the circle.
It changes your life, it changes your world.
I know that's a novel concept, but this is what we do.
1, 2, 3, together!
Do we have any idea what we're trying to create there?
Corona is back at it on defense, and we go now to bottom of the third inning. That one is a ball. Morgan Smith is pitching. Destined to be an LSU Tiger this year. 2-0. Desiree Marin is up. 3-0. And the battery will confer. Thank you for watching. We've had some incredible action here this weekend. First two games yesterday were a run of the mill, but the third game that ended in a 4-4 draw with a grand slam in the fifth inning really picked things up. And then today we had just one of the more remarkable contests where an 8-0 lead was nearly blown.
Yeah, I think if you have that kind of a lead, 8-0, you really gotta try hard not to give it up. I mean, you give up 1 or 2 runs, okay, no big deal, but 6 runs, like, it's kind of tough feeling, and being down or being up 8-0 and then being down by 2, and it's really tough to keep that lead.
Did you catch the? You did. Okay, great.
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
Ooh, look out. Goes away for a wild pitch, 1-0. Time is called. And a pitching change in the at-bat will take place.
We got Kyla Mcgee coming up. She's going to Arizona State. Funny, I faced her in high school when she was just a freshman, and she was throwing gas, honestly. You know, she went to Canyon High School out in Anaheim Hills. For a freshman playing on varsity, that's pretty good.
Right.
And she was already committed by the time we were playing, so, you know, it just goes to show that she's still a stud, even to this day. And the fact that she's still so young, too, and she's only going to be a junior next year, kind of mind-boggling for her.
That was gas there.
Yeah, she's throwing gas, honestly. You know, playing her in high school was very difficult because you had me as a senior and then another senior on my team. Just absolutely, like, we see her rise ball and everybody else is, like, trying to catch up with her rise ball, and it's just yeah.
You have no chance.
Yeah, it's very hard to teach these young kids in high school to, like, hey, you got to keep up with them.
Right.
Like, yeah, keep up with her speed somehow. I don't care if you start swinging by the time she starts throwing, but just you got to get there.
As of how recent did it become, you know, really evident that oh wow, she throws heat?
You know, I saw her when I was on deck, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, she doesn't look too bad. And then you get in the box and you're like, wow, okay, this is what
Wait, what just happened?
I was like, this is what we're working with today. All right. So,
like going from 70 in a batting cage to straight 100, and you're going, well, shoot, I can't time this.
Yeah, and I mean, as a freshman, we're like, okay, there's no way. Like, what is she doing?
And the first pitch is a fastball. That goes in for a strike. Kyla Mcgee going to Arizona State, as mentioned. Just a sophomore.
Yeah. It's crazy nowadays how people are so young and they're committing.
Yeah.
So.
Going to be this young to have this speed. And almost wild there. What kind of pitches does Mcgee have?
I would say she has a rise ball, and she definitely has an off-speed an off-speed pitch. Pretty sure it's her changeup, but she'll throw that, and you just won't expect it because she throws so hard, and you know, and it's.
Ooh, no play there. First baseman was off, and Marty Tyson is out expressing his displeasure at his first baseman.
Yeah, your changeup.
Always cover first.
Yeah.
Always, always, always.
Yeah, you always gotta. It don't matter who, just someone cover first.
Yep. Overcommitted. We just saw it there, where they were crouching in, maybe expecting bunt or a slapper, you know, a chopper.
Yeah,
and it didn't work out.
I mean, I would have thought that, you know, second baseman goes over to the first base, and then first baseman kind of plays off the line. You know, you have a lefty. You know, you have a slapper. She likes to get in the holes. So, you know, you'd also have the pitcher who can probably field. And, you know, you just can't – you got to have that kind of communication. You know, you got to have that kind of lineup when it comes to slappers.
So 2 on, no out, 0-1 to count. Runner goes. And that basically is catcher's indifference. You never hear that mentioned, you know, early on in the game. You always do near the end.
Yeah.
But with runners in scoring position, swung on and missed.
Yeah, see, that's her.
That's fantastic heat.
Yeah, that's her mid-rise right there. She basically has a mid and a high rise, and then she just places it wherever she can. And let me just tell you, it's fast and it also moves.
Tovin trying to bring in the breakthrough run. That's up for a ball. Amber Tovin, incoming junior, off the glove, and caught on the deflection. They record the double play. Man, oh man, replay for years. Can you submit that to ESPN, Kale? Please. We'll take a look again. Driven off the third baseman, caught by the shortstop. Throw to third in time to get a huge double play.
Yeah, that was really impressive by the shortstop, having great backup, and also the hitter as well, the batter. She had a nice line drive, nice hard hit. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. But that was a really great play by those two.
I mean, I'm not desperate, Kel. I haven't been on ESPN in 20 years, so. Oh, you don't know. Grounded, thrown to first to retire the side. It was pro beach hockey. Do you remember that? It was outdoor roller hockey at Huntington Beach. It was PA of that getting the crowd all riled up. No big. I'm just messing with you. We've completed another half inning, and it remains scoreless. We rack focus and get in on the action. Corona is batting here in a scoreless game, and my gosh, the defense that was on display just earlier was top-notch. Anaya Mitchell is up at the bottom of the order for the Angels as we continue gameplay here in the top of the fourth. Swung on, half swing, committed, strike. Pitch is outside, it's 1-2. Nia Mitchell's 1-2 delivery. Strike three. And it puts Mitchell down for the first out of the inning. She will be a Cal State Fullerton Titan in no time flat. So we go back to the top of the order. Bote is up. And Bote is making way. For a player not listed on our roster. Wearing number 5. No number 5. We'll do our best. From Royalty, the pitch is driven for the second out.
No number 5.
Boy, and you know, if I were the official scorer, there'd be a bit of an issue. Riley West is up. She'll be a Tennessee Volunteer, the right-handed swinger. Fouls one back, 0-1. He's off on that one for a ball. The 1-1, driven back, 1-2. Defensive purposes, and a code for the pitchers to look at their wristbands to decode, right. Yeah, any level. Come on, Pine Straw, give us a break. Do you honestly think, Kale, that this fan in front of you is just, had it with life? I mean, it's really doing its darndest here. never going to be something. 1-2. Swung on and missed. That ends the inning. Nothing across for the Angels, and we've completed 3.5 in a rapidly moving contest. Boy, what a surprise that a game with no score will go at such a quick pace. Back at it to the bottom half of the fourth inning. No score in the ball game. Angels and Athletics. That one in for a strike. Kyla Mcgee working. This one is caught for out number 1 as it puts away Presley Pilon. We go to the third batter, and in the order, Caitlin Humphreys is up. Check it, McKenna Gibson. Eased off there. And you never want to show your showcase, for the most part, you never want to show your showcase pitch unless you are dealing heat and you're just in a groove.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if you're working with one pitch that's working pretty good, then might as well stick with it. And, you know, you got to kind of just, you kind of got to fool the other, like you got to fool the batters, basically. And from a catcher's standpoint, you know, it's kind of hard calling just the same pitch every single time.
Oh, that is caught for the, no, it hit the tree. Hit it and caught for the out. They will count it as an out. Sarah Kinch, the designated player. Where's 25 unidentifiable today? As quickly we have 2 out. Pitchers are dealing today. Ooh. Went from nearly wild to straight filth. It takes a lot.
Yeah,
to do that.
That's the off-speed pitch you got to look for, too. You know, she can keep it high, but she can also keep it low with that off-speed.
After the off-speed, the 1-1 pitch is lifted high. This goes to left field. Shortstop is there, makes a catch.
Just missed that pitch.
Undercut it slightly. We've completed 4. This was a 1:15 start. 4 innings, we've already gone through an hour of action. Not bad. It's only 106, folks. We'll be back in a moment. You'll catch there on the replay, and we'll be back. Top of the 5th inning here.
Nah, I'll hug him. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? There's no score in the ball game.
This yours?
Mine.
Sit it back.
So yeah, absolutely. Appreciate that.
There you go.
Bote is up, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for a no ball, 2-strike count. And we'll get to him. You've already heard him. Might have him analyze the next play here. Swung on, and this one goes foul. Reminds me of a Bob Uecker gag where he would set up an inning by having a guest on, never mentioning the guest's name, but listing all their accomplishments, saying, well, then when you hear of the guy, you won't believe what he's done throughout his life. And continues to just go on. And then when the inning is over, he goes, well, we like to thank our special guest as we send him on his way, without even mentioning the name of that person. 0-2. This one is lifted, one away. On the outside part of the plate, wonderful catch. One down, makes way for Paige Sinicki. To left field and caught for the out where left center was exposed. Our guest here today, I get to talk football here. We have TJ Hushmanzada. One-time Oregon State Beaver, and never changed colors when you got drafted into the NFL with the Cincinnati Bengals. And the first question I have to say is, what was the transition like going from a fantastic football career moving into softball? What led to that?
My kids started playing, and yeah, they just got started playing, and you go to practices. I'm like a parent, like a lot of us. And sometimes we as parents, we disagree with what the coach is doing.
We caught that.
And so parents were like, why don't you coach a team? And I was like, all right, I'll do it. I don't know much, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
And that was 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been coaching ever since. I enjoy it. It's fun, man. It's initially my first few years, a lot of these girls that are from here, they probably thought I was crazy because I took a football mentality and
right.
I brought it to the softball field. And
there's a different level of intensity that transfers from one sport to another.
Oh, yeah. But I literally was the same person once the competition started. I had to learn to calm down. I'm still learning that. I'm a lot better than what I was.
We caught it in the previous game.
Yeah. That was nothing.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm a lot better than what I was. But it's fun, man. Anything that's competitive. I've helped the kids out. They've helped me out. It's been mutually beneficial to everybody.
We'll keep on as that ends the inning here. TJ Hushmanzada is our guest here in our softball showcase. And in the process of all this, moving from one sport to another, when was it that you became comfortable in coaching softball and learning that side of competitive sports?
I would be honest with you. I was comfortable right out the gate, really. From my background, playing football, we operate off of a game plan. We have to know our opponent, and so that's what we did. That's what I did in softball. I would pay attention during the game, try to pick up little tendencies, pitch tendencies when they throw certain pitches in certain counts, when they would steal, just little things like that. And so I would just kind of take inventory, and by the third inning, we would formulate a game plan. This is what we're looking to do. If it doesn't work, it's on me. And our second year in nationals, we took third. My second year coaching travel ball, we took third.
How proud of you of your team. This is exciting stuff to have them play travel ball at such a high-octane level here.
I'm proud of them because I was around these kids, and I say kids, they're 11, 12 years old when
they start.
The majority of my team that I started with, they're pretty much all still with me. They started as 11-year-old kids, and 90% of them are going to college here in the next month. And so it's been good, man. I'm not an emotional person. I don't cry. Can't remember that. But it's going to be odd just to not have them there anymore.
When they age out, right.
This is it for them. The majority of them is a couple of them. It's 3 of them that are 21s. It's going to be different, man, for sure.
And so let's give a preview for those that are here. What do you expect? What are your expectations and goals as they participate in the final game this afternoon?
Compete. I didn't like the way we competed the first game. Too many mistakes. It's going to happen, but we didn't respond to those mistakes the right way. And that's probably what irked me more than anything was the mistakes we made, we didn't respond to them the right way. So if we do make mistakes, can we respond the way we need to respond?
And finally, how about the comeback in your last game earlier? That was just simply wild.
It was a game, and I think they know it, if we go 7 innings, we're probably going to win that game.
It certainly shifted your way.
Honestly, though, we're a team that we haven't played in practice a lot because of what's going on in the world. And so, but everybody's in that situation. We just we got to be ready to go from the first pitch, and we weren't ready to go.
Well, we appreciate your time for taking an offer to come on up and speak with us, and best of luck this afternoon and onward in the months and years ahead.
I appreciate it. I can stay up here, man. It's cool back here. Y'all got it going.
We
it's
got
good
spoiled
back here.
with this tent here.
It's not bad at all.
Well, we'll have you, if you don't mind, you sit in. And
when we're playing, I'll come back. If they need me to coach during the game, we're in trouble. So, yeah, when we're playing, I'll come back.
Well, this is our last game that we're covering here, so maybe if we have
is.
you in for right. So if have you in for this half inning, and then we'll have you go on your way if that's all right with you. In time for the out.
It's Maddie Simon, inside pitch, out in front a little bit.
So no score. Things are tense up now. I mean,
pitcher's
we're in
duel.
the fifth inning, right?
That's what happens when you get two teams that have great pitching. That's going to be the case.
I think you really appreciate defense, and probably 3 of the 4 major sports: baseball, football. You know, you have a goaltenders duel in hockey. It's amazing, and you're seeing some wonderful fielding here. And I could probably only count on one hand the amount of errors. There haven't been many, and that goes to how well these young ladies are coached.
These are 2 good teams, and so when you get teams of this quality, you're gonna get quality. You're gonna get quality game.
To center field, caught for the out, 2 down in the inning. Madison Waymeyer, the designated player, is up. Two down, no score. Bottom of the 5th. Down the line, this one will conclude the inning. TJ Hushmanzada, we appreciate your time. Best of luck to your Firecrackers as they play in the final game of the afternoon, and thank you for coming here.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right.
Appreciate you guys doing this, too. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, we appreciate that.
Hopefully we gave
all on softball, but man, that is spectacular. You know, I've seen Tamu Solani come out and support his kids. Seen the Niedermeyer's coach, all of them Anaheim Ducks.
Matt Brady Tom Brady supporting his niece Maya Brady.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean she's at UCLA. She's at UCLA right now. You know, pretty sure he's watching games on TV while he's playing football. So I mean, it's great to have that competitive family too.
I worked a girls basketball varsity tournament at Burroughs High, the Optimist Club tournament, where we saw Kenny the Jet Smith.
Yeah.
Come and help coach his or root on his kids and give back in that way. I say that because I think I still have the roster sheet from it. Eye of the Tiger, I like that. Let's see. No. It's on the side. This is, no, that's getting close. Wasting valuable mission time here. No. Oh, I thought I had it. No, I don't. It's somewhere. AC Green. I mean, believe me, I love the name drop. Driven to left center field and deep.
Caught by Maddie Simon.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
That was for. Nope, not the same name. But that's fine. Yeah. Always nice to see the ones that have been to the show come back and give their young athletes the opportunity and to know firsthand what it was like. Top of the 6th, 2 out. Corby Otis is up. Takes low for 2-0. This one to foul ground, and Athletics Mercado will need just one run to seal it. Bottom of the sixth coming up. No score.
Oh, I hang out with my grandpa. He's my best friend. I tell him everything. He lives like 2 streets away from the house, so now I can drive. I'll be driving to his house all the time. But I hang out with him, or I'll go to the beach with my parents on weekends off and just hang out with friends during the week if I have time.
Well, if it's going to take anything in this bottom of the sixth, power's not going to help. Power and anything lifted in the air, because the winds are just coming in at easily 10 to 15 right into us. New pitcher for sure. Bottom of the sixth, no score. Pitching now is Kendall Mangell.
I think one thing with having a lot of wind like this is just try to keep the ball on the ground, try to hit it up in the holes, even hitting a line drive, just trying to get into those placement spots.
Desiree Marin leads off once again. The 1-0 pitch driven to third. One down. Ooh. Warren Burner goes for 1-0. The 1-0 from Mangell. Tries to frame it outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Quincy Lilio is up, the second baseman. In for a strike, paints the corner, 2-1. I'll cut you guys a deal. I'll give you Monday off. Least I could do. The 2-1. 3-1. Get a rabbit on the paths. Athletics Mercado may be in business. Now the wind is swirling outside. Ball 4. Lilio is on. And there is that aforementioned rabbit on the path.
Yeah, I think this catcher's got to watch out. She's got a lot of speed, especially going around the bases. You got to watch out for that. So this catcher's really got to be on her feet.
Amber Tovin is up. It should after that deflection. That was the play of the weekend. The 1-0 with the runner on. This one lifted out of play. Look out, ladies. Super close. 1-1. To left field. No! Runners at first and second. And the winning run is in scoring position. Say again? Ah, yes. Oh, it's travel ball. 99? 9. No, it's number 9. Yes. Number 1. Jasmine Perez Chica is up. Final at bat for this squad before she moves on to college life. With the runner on, that one is high. The runners do not advance. Well, here we go. The tension is already mounting. Athletics and Firecrackers coming up. For those of you that are here, base hit! Stopped at third and probably fortunate to do so. That would have been the easiest out in recorded history. Corona makes a switch. Paige Sinicki comes in third. She replaces Angelina Allen. Perez Chica gets on, and it's a strike. Presley Pilon can be the hero for Athletics Mercado.
Yeah, she's definitely got to place this one pretty well on the ground or somewhere.
Yeah, it's not about a fly ball could do it too, to the outfield.
Yeah, there's definitely a shift going on in center and left. Center fielder shifted towards left field a little bit. You know, you got a little bit of a gap in
I'm
right
honestly
center.
surprised the gaping hole between center and right.
Yeah.
Okay, now the adjustment is made. This one is driven out of play for a foul. Look out.
Yeah, I think to be a smart hitter, you know, you got to look at the gaps, and you know, you necessarily can't really place the ball. You just got to hit it. But like, if you can place the ball wherever there's a gap, then you know that's pretty good hitting right there, in my opinion. So just knowing where people aren't is a good way to have a good at bat.
Lilio could be the winning run. This one is in the air for the second out of the inning. I know, yeah. Heard the I got it at the ultimate last moment. Pinch hitter is on for Athletics Mercado, and right now Kayla Nelson is hitting. A hit to right center will end it. I mean, look at there's acres of space. Strike.
You
the
know,
outside strike has been a favorite call.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, as a lefty, you know, having that right center gap would be great to hit, but you know, this pitcher's throwing, you know, outside, and it's really hard to pull that outside pitch unless you really get on it.
The 0-1, this one's foul. 0-2. We could finish scoreless. The 0-2 swung on, back to the box. After 6 innings, we stay scoreless. We go to the top of the 7th. No score. And evidently we do have time to play on, as it were. Corona is up. We also do not have a number 6. Outside, 1-2.
You know, I'm really quite impressed with how the way that Allison's been pitching all game. You know, that's got to be tiring for sure, but she's really kept her balls in the strike zone and like always kept her zone the same. Haven't seen any I haven't seen any big hits so far from
or mental gaffes for that matter.
Exactly.
To her credit.
Yeah, I mean, I think once she's in the zone, she's in the zone, and I think that's a really good opponent, or like a good component to have as a pitcher. You know.
The 1-2 down low, 2-2. On an even count, outside, strike 3.
It's a pretty pitch right there. Honestly, hit right on the corner.
They've had the spectacular skill to get it on the black. Corona bats here in the 7th inning. As we are in extras, Lyric Moore is up, going to KU in the fall. Presuming campus is open. The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 2. Going to Kansas is Lyric Moore. Swung on, fouled back right off the support pole. Allison Royalty trying to get the second out of the inning as we play in extras in the top half of the 7th. On 1-2. Swung on and missed. That retires Moore. 2 down in the 7th. Morgan Smith comes up, going to go to Louisiana State. The wind is really whipping up here. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Swung on and missed on a half-hearted swing. Was not expecting the off-speed delivery by Royalty, so the count now in Royalty's favor at 0-2.
Yeah, you're really never going to expect her to throw an off-speed unless she really has to. And honestly, I think today she's been mixing it up pretty well. You know, you're never going to expect it from her. She's more of a rise ball type pitcher, which you just saw right there.
Retires aside quietly. In Corona's disadvantage. Go to the bottom of the 7th. A chance once again for Athletics Mercado to win it. We still are scoreless through 6.5.
Those are the lucky ones. Those are the lucky ones. Hey, I haven't worn them since Nationals last year.
Oh, really?
Hey, if you really want to know what those are, that's what those are. Let's go.
Bottom of the 7th here. This is a timed game now. 2 minutes left. Swung on. That is foul. Almost hits the third base coach. One and one. Foul ball, 1 and 2. Marty Tyson with last-minute instructions, and we definitely mean last-minute instructions. The 1-2 is a ball for A 2-ball, 2-strike count. Check swing. They're going to check no swing. Full count. I didn't think it crossed the plate.
I didn't think so either.
But of course, you have the right to appeal.
Yeah.
Here we go. 3 straight foul balls to the left side.
Great battle by Sarah Kinch so far. She's really looking for her pitch right now. Fouling off anything she doesn't like.
The offering to Kinch. Ball 4, runner aboard. And I think we're going to get a decision here. That's it. It is a timed game, so this will finish scoreless.